for this session is on academic collaboration and at a global scale. So universities partnering together, for the benefit of the students and staff, and for the advancement of knowledge and so on. And obviously, as was mentioned before, technology is really developing very rapidly and at unprecedented scale, and that's having impact on and challenges, posing challenges on the job market and on our graduates, but also, as was mentioned before, creating opportunities for us as educators. And the focus of today is more on the, how do we actually grab these opportunities for academic collaboration and so on. But I wanted to probably start best with asking our esteemed panelists to introduce themselves, maybe say a couple of words about your organizations, but also maybe say a few words about why academic collaboration is really probably critical more than ever, for the advancement of our graduates and so on. So let me start with you, Professor.
So for me?
Yes.
Thank you very much. It was the smart moderator. And sorry for being delayed. I was in a school session, so I thought that my time is appropriate to stand here. Thank you very much for giving me this time. And I think special thanks to Ravi ji for getting all of us here at the international platform. So I am Dr. Madhu Chitkara from Chitkara University. We have two universities, one in Punjab and one is in Himachal Pradesh, India. And we are with 20,000 plus students. It is an interdisciplinary university. We started in 2008 and 2010. And how this is very important, which is the topic of today's discussion, is that how the collaborations are required for an educational institute to grow, and why it is beneficial for the students, those who are part and parcel of the universities in the different countries. So I think this is a great platform where we all can discuss, we all can collaborate, and it's a time to collaborate. I think the SDG 17 goals, where we all are working across the globe, the 17 goal is all about that how we are collaborating with each other. And I think this is a very proper time to discuss about it. Indeed. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Thank you very much. Dr. Nasser.
Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah, Rasulullah. Thank you, Professor Ammar. I would like to thank the organizers for the invitation. My name is Nasser Almuraqab from University of Dubai, the Vice President of Operational Affairs and the Chief Operating Officer. This is my second time to participate in such a remarkable event where we network with the sponsors, the supporters, the organizers, as well to enhance our network and to collaborate with other universities in the UAE and even abroad. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Hamad.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. My name is Hamad Udabi. I'm the Vice-Chancellor of Abu Dhabi University. I look after finance and administration. My background is computer science, so I'm interested more in education technology related to computer science. Abu Dhabi University, I think you know Abu Dhabi University. I think we are the largest private university in the UAE. We have 3 campuses in Abu Dhabi, the main one in Al Ain, and one in Dubai as well, and a small center in the western region. And we run engineering, business, health science, law, and science as well. We are open for collaboration. Recently, we've been announced second globally in internationalization. So we will be very interested to speak to you and see how we can collaborate together. Thank you.
Thank you. And Dr. Ami.
First of all, sincere thanks to Dr. Ravi Gupta, who brings like-minded people together. So thank you for inviting me, Dr. Gupta. My name is Abhilasha. I'm the Vice President for Academic Affairs at American University in the Emirates. We have 22 programs, 12 undergraduate and 10 graduate programs, which are housed under 7 colleges. Institutionally, we are accredited by SAT-CUC, which is one of the leading American organizations. And we have a lot of programmatic accreditation like AACSB for our College of Business, ABIT for our computer science program, NASAT for our design program, and we are also pursuing ACE-JMC for our media and mass communication program. One thing which I'm sure the learned audience will agree here, that if as an institution we think that we are the best, probably that's the end of continuous improvement. So I strongly believe that we are here to learn from each other, to share some of the best practices which we are practicing in our institution. And also the key here is that the time has come where we realize that there is an interdependence. So collaboration is the key here, and that's why we all are here. We look forward to collaborate with any of the institution here. If we see that, yes, there is a synergy, there is a vision, there are attributes of the vision which we can see that, yes, it is aligned with our institutional vision and mission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ravi. And indeed, actually, these forums are also opportunities for networking and collaborating. So, I'm sure there will be opportunities during coffee times for people to meet and talk to each other more. If I start with you, Dr. Chitkara, obviously one form of academic collaboration is student exchange. And how do you see international student exchange programs contributing to fostering cross-culture understanding and enhancing student skills in general?
So I think it's a very appropriate question you asked, that it's a time to have some exchange programs. If you see the total in 195 countries, 25,000 universities are already there. And out of them, 1,100, approximately 1,100 plus in India. And I was just going through the data of 22-23, 750,000 students are coming to our country, India, every year, approximately every year, for some type of, our students are going to other countries, 750,000, especially to US, UK, Australia, Canada. So in our province where we are situated, from there, many students go to Canada. So they have a passion for going to Canada. But in return, the students from other countries coming to India is approximately 30,000. Now, what is the benefit, well said by you, that why this type of cultural exchange is required? I will give you some examples of Chitkara University. For the last 10 years, we are doing some exchange programs where it's a change game program, where the women leadership is taught to them. So 30 students every year come from University of Osnabrück with the 2 professors to our university. And every year, the same number of students with our professors goes there. Now, what is the benefit of it is that maybe because there is National Education Policy 2020 in India, and now we have got the mandate to have exchange programs with 2+2 degrees or 3+1. So now we can do that also, but previously it was not possible for us to do. So now what they learn, now what we have seen is the outcome of it is, when they are coming to our campuses, and since we are situated in Punjab and Himachal Pradesh, it's very culturally strong states. So they come here, there is a cultural immersion programs. We have some adopted villages where we work very closely with them. And if you see in other countries, there is a mandate for them to have some credit courses or some modules where they have to work with the society very closely. So they come, they go to our villages, they work very closely with them, and then they learn so much about the Indian culture. Punjab is known for Punjabi culture is very strong, where they do the different type of art, craft. They do bag, they do fulkari. So they learn from them. And in exchange, when our students go there, they learn their culture. So in that way, if you travel, you are traveling, you are going to other cultures, you are learning a lot, which is not possible when you are giving them theory classes that, for example, this German is the culture is like this, they live like that. But when they are actually visiting, so it's a great example. Second example I will give you, I think some of the universities are doing is, there is a Disney program where for 6 months, our students for the last 8 years are going there, and they stay there for 6 months, and that credit, what they learn, so that is in their mark sheet, that credit, whatever they have earned there, it is evaluated by the Disney program. They earn, they learn. So while learning, there is a great earning for also. And whatever they learn while coming back, their grooming, their personality changes is so remarkably, you can see from their etiquettes, you can see from their cultural exchange that what they have learned. Because when you travel, you learn a lot. So I think this is a great opportunity, and well said by Akanksha ji that since we all are from different cultures, from different countries, and thanks to Ravi that he has called so many people from different countries, this is a platform where we all can exchange our ideas, we can have a collaborations, we can write some memorandum of understanding where on some platforms we can work together. So I think that is a benefit of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think sometimes also it's the students who choose to grab these opportunities for for going abroad, either for study or for a period of time. I think they also tend to be the ones who are prepared to get out of their comfort zone. So they already have that desire to actually be in these situations.
Sorry, sir, you know that in our culture, in Punjab, especially in Punjab, they are very pampered by their mothers. So they are very worried about the food. They are very worried about their comfort zone. So well said by you, when they are going abroad and those comfort zones are not there, their parents are not with them, especially the mothers are not there. So whatever they learn there in those situations, I think, and with the weather also. So there is a lots of change in the weather. So I think what they learn from there, we are not able to tell them, or we are not able to groom them for those circumstances.
Just wanted to check if our panelists, anybody wanted to contribute to this particular part of the discussion? Anything to add, Dr. Ravi?
I mean, I agree what Dr. Madhu has mentioned, and the way she explained about Punjab, I was happy. Because I mean, it's a completely different country like India. So, but something which is critical when it comes to student exchange, that we know during COVID what happened, that the complete global immersion program came to an halt. So there was no exchange practically happening. And that's the time we at American University in the Emirates, we started some kind of virtual exchange program. Now, virtual exchange programs are becoming very, very successful. When it comes to like even having virtual internship, virtual exchange program. And recently we are practicing, which is COIL program. I'm sure some of you are fully familiar about COIL, which is Collaborative Online Intercultural Program. So it is Collaborative Online International Program or Collaborative Online Intercultural Program. And you are free basically to connect there with any of the institution and have a kind of joint project. So currently we are having, I'm teaching one course, Human Resource Management. And in my course, basically, the students are connected with students from like 17, 18 different countries. And they work together. So this is the kind of student exchange which is so important for the one trait which we look for the younger generation, Generation Z, that is resilience. Tolerance, that's so important. Flexibility, that is so important. So they learn from exchange program is important, right? But how productive is exchange program? We keep on signing agreements and then we keep these agreements under the drawer. We don't have one single activity at the end of the year when you start reviewing those exchange, those affiliation agreements. You sometimes feel like nothing is happening, right? So that's how I feel that probably we can put it in practice with more and more COIL program, with more and more virtual exchange programs, and that is successful, that is very cost effective as well. So just wanted to add
Sure.
that information.
Thank you, Dr. Abi. If I turn to you, Dr. Nasser, and obviously, we've heard from the previous presentations about digital technology and how it's actually been, used to empower academic institutions, to educate talent, but also to do research and so on. Could you just tell us more about what you think in terms of technology, and how can we actually use technology to help us to collaborate more with other universities and globally?
Of course. Well, thank you for the question, Professor Ammar. First of all, it was really a coincidence where I recently published a paper. It's related to the personalized learning assistant, the PLA, and the future of education. If you can Google it, you will find it now. But you have to pay to get that chapter. Anyway, so the thing is like technology is evolving. AI, it's there. It's like it became a mandatory. It's became a necessity, not like a fancy like what we used to think before. During the COVID, we witnessed the technology, how it was evolved. We saw like so many technologies when it comes to online learning, distance learning, and then we came up with introduction of blended learning after the curfew is done of the COVID-19. Well, when it comes to technologies and collaboration among the universities, there are so many learning management systems, LMS, and different universities and everyone like got the one that it is suitable for their business process and for their needs and budget. But the only thing like I wanted to ask here the audience and the esteemed panelists, like how many MBA program do we have in the UAE? We have so many. In Dubai, we have so many. So the thing is like, why don't we start an inclusive MBA? Because the courses, if you look at the courses, it will be like 85 to 95% similar to each other, utilizing the one technology which will enhance a seamless experience for a student. For example, as a student new in the UAE, I want to study 2 courses in Curtin University, 2 courses in University of Dubai, maybe 3 in Abu Dhabi University because they are bigger than us, and maybe 2 because we are very neighbor in Curtin, in the AUE, American University in the Emirates, and Zayed and the others who want to be part of this consortium. The idea is like everyone, they have their own systems. We are not asking you or forcing to change your system to invest. No, the thing is like we want to have a mindset, an agile mindset, an open mindset to accept this recommendation or suggestion, or I will call it an idea. Number 1. Number 2, ministry should help us to apply for such things, and the students as well. And number 4, which is the last thing I wanted to mention here when it comes to technology, is to have and to enable the blockchain. Without a blockchain, that will never happen, and it will always be a hassle for a student to move from one university to another, and to get the transcript printed, and to get it like attested every like semester or term he or she finish. The thing is like the key item here is to have a blockchain, a mindset, collaborative mindset, open mindset for the decision makers in the university in the UAE, and then we go ahead like first to have such a project successful in UAE, then we move abroad to collaborate with other universities. I believe, Professor, we should be like ahead with our mindset, with our practices, and it's very important for such an event to share the best practices as well. That's what I want to second by the professor. She mentioned the best practices, and we learn from each other. We keep ourselves open. I mean, if you look at it, then someone might say, okay, then where is the certificate will be from? A student will choose. Maybe a student wants something from Curtin, so I want to go to Australia. Or maybe someone wants from Canadian University to travel or migrate to Canadian. And maybe from AUA, Abu Dhabi University, they have the right. They will pay you whatever courses they have chosen to be from you, but the certificate, let them choose. And it will be attested automatically with a seamless experience. That is what I am looking for, and that is my dream, to start with one program and to grow from there. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you very much. And please, Dr. Hamad, yes, please.
Yeah, I have one point to support Dr. Nasser. On the other angle as well, on the courses we have. If you look at every university, take an example, Introduction to Programming in Java, okay? You will find every university, they have their own syllabi. Why don't we have one syllabi that industry standards verified by the industry and everybody has to run that syllabi? Because now when you move to one university to the other, they will start checking, oh, did you cover 80%? And they look at all those details. We need to capitalize on our expertise. And maybe that can be done by Mohammed bin Zayed, artificial intelligence. They are maybe the expert in this one. And they can run that syllabi and engage everyone, stakeholder, and run it this way. I think standardized curriculum with some flexibility, of course. It has some issues. You need to make it meet the local culture, the local need, the type of student you have. But the core things, the learning outcomes at least, and content, I think that's something need to be also standardized.
Dr. Chitkara, if you wanted to add anything, and particularly in terms of enabling virtual teamwork and project-based learning.
Thank you. I just wanted to tell you one thing, adding to his point. I am so much thankful to you. So you pointed out this point that why not the student choose their degree from which place he or she wants to have. Sir, if you have gone through our latest education policy in India, National Education Policy 2020, what they have done is that they said that there will be a scheme which is ABC. ABC is Academic Bank of Credit. It is just like a bank where these credits are put in that bank, and this is an academic bank. So if he thinks that it is a liberty given to the student, if he thinks that your university is doing very good in these two modules, so he can come to you virtually also, because 40 hours of that, 40% of the teaching, they said that it is advisable to go through the online mode, and 60% can be in the physical mode. So now what he can do or she can do is that any two courses he can do from her university, any two programs from your university, and all those credits will be in his academic bank of credit. So when the degree is given to him, those credits will be added and the total credit will be taken care by using those credits from other universities. So I think this is a good thing which you mentioned, and actually we have started doing it. So it is a mandate given to all the universities in India by our Honorable Prime Minister that let us do that. Let us give them the flexibility if they are finding anything very good in your collaborating universities. So we have 220 plus ongoing collaboration with the global universities. And it is not only on paper, but we are actually doing it. So now I have started working on those credit courses from other universities, and we are adding those courses in their program. So we have enrolled our university into that ABC credit programs where we can do that. So I think that is a good thing which you mentioned, and actually in India, all the universities have started doing it. Thank you, sir.
I think Dr. Ravi, you want to contribute?
So I would just like to take forward what Dr. Nasser mentioned about, and we do have certain constraint from Commission for Academic Accreditation. We cannot say anything here, but yes, we do have constraint, but I like that idea. And then Dr. Hamad has complemented that, why not to have a centralized syllabi? Now, in any discipline, if we can have industry-relevant syllabi or syllabus, right? So what we are doing basically that all our courses are now aligned with the industry. For example, we have HR management. So HR management is one of the specialization where the courses offered in human resource management, the 10 specialization courses are aligned by SHRM. So if it is aligned by SHRM, which is Society for Human Resource Management, we can probably, all the institutions can use the same, and the students can go to any of the university and the syllabus remains the same. Similarly, like project management. So the project management, the complete course and the specialization is aligned by PMI, the Project Management Institute. Marketing courses, marketing specialization is aligned by CIM, Chartered Institute of Marketing. So that is basically helping us. It is helping us for employability. It is enhancing the employability. But I think what Dr. Hamad has and Dr. Nasser has mentioned, probably it will complement that. So we can utilize that as a, if the CA agrees, that will be a kind of, standard syllabus, industry relevant syllabus, which all the institution can follow. And students are free to go from one university to other university to opt for that.
One point, I agree with the colleges, universities are aligning their curriculum with standard. Like they find IT, they go into Oracle, whatever to do. But these are now initiatives universities take. It's not a standard approach. Some of them are not taking that initiative, and that caused the issues in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, standardizing curriculum and you can see some benefits, but sometimes it's actually there's the other way around. Is when, particularly in the context of global universities, and in my previous life, actually, we took a program to a different country to actually run it in a different country, and it was building services engineering program, and obviously, in the UK, we teach a lot of central heating, but it's actually, if you take that, for example, into a Malaysia context, you need to contextualize these programs to make sure that it's actually relevant to the local industry as well. Yeah. Okay, so obviously we discussed, curriculum development. How do we use technology to help us to collaborate more together? Obviously, an important domain in what we do is research, and I wanted to explore further. How do we actually collaborate more? How do universities at a global scale collaborate more to actually enhance their research capability? Particularly, there are obviously some countries which are probably more developed than others in research. How do you get actually that connection between universities? So maybe Dr. Chitkara.
Thank you, sir. I think that is, should I give you some example how we are doing it? As I said, that we have a collaboration with 220 global universities all across the globe, and it is actually happening. And how we have started doing it, it was a good thing during pandemic. People say that it was a challenge for all of us, but I think for all of us, that becomes an opportunity, because we learned that without physically going to the campuses or without physically present, we can also deliver our goods in academics also. But it was not possible before that, but maybe that opportunity we all grabbed and we learned a lot. So during that period, we learned that we have a collaboration, but actually they are not coming to us and we are not going to them. Then how come that collaboration will work? So we started with the research. So how we did that for example, I'm a research student with one of your professors like you, and you are guiding that particular student. So we started co-guiding the student, and the two guides were from one university, our university, and one from the other university. And they started guiding the student, and in that process, there were many research papers published. It was all Scopus Index papers, and there were many great outcomes of that research. Now, second example I will give you, that we are doing a global week where now at this platform, I will request all the delegates here that please come to us in Chitkara University. It's a beautiful state. When we do the global week, you must come there and see that how that immersion is done. And the professors are coming actually there. They take one module for a week, and we give them the buddy from our university. That buddy work very closely with that particular professor, and the professor take one module for a week. He evaluates that, and that evaluation is added in the final result of the student. And during that week, both the buddies, because they are from the same discipline, so they learn from each other. they start working on different research projects. And the outcome is that there are many co-guided research scholars where both of them are guiding them. And in that way, the exchange happens. Students are going there for some, for example, you well said that, for example, Germany, Taiwan. So Taiwan is, India is known for the coding, for the software development. But if you go to Taiwan, Taiwan is as IoT is very popular. If you go to Germany, Germany is mechatronics, mechanical students go there. So they learn from their labs, and in Germany, all the labs, I was very impressed going there, that all the labs are developed by the industry itself. So industry is financing for those labs. In India, it is not yet very popular, where the industry and academia interface is very strong. It's just started. But in other countries, I think Germany is a great example of doing that. And there all labs were like that. So our students went there, and one of the examples is that went there, then he learned this German language. And you know that if they know German and they are doing the modules in this language, so they got 100% scholarship. So he is now doing MTech in that University of Osnabrück and getting the full scholarship. So that was a first step when they started doing the research, and the outcome was that many students were benefited, which were not there in our university, they benefited there, which were not there, they benefited here. So I think that was a great thing where research happened. And many patents, you will be amazed to know that we were able to put many of the patents with the joint collaboration. And those products are already in the market. So I think that was the thing.
Thank you for that. Dr. Nasser, did you want to add to this in terms of research?
Yeah, if you allow me. Well, regarding research, I believe in this region, it wasn't like before, like now it started evolving, and we witnessed the government as well as the leaders emphasizing on research. Even ministry, they are encouraging to collaborate when it comes to research to the top 200 universities in the QS ranking. Well, at University of Dubai, we have several research labs in collaboration with the government. I believe we are the only or the number one university when it comes to collaborating with government sector for research lab. For example, one of the biggest research labs we have is the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center. We have also one for DIWA, which is for the Electric and Water Authority in Dubai. We have also with Dubai Municipality. Also we have with Huawei from China. So we have that sort of collaboration. The thing is like when it comes to, that's the only where I feel we have to flourish on this field before we go abroad. It's like research collaboration at UAE universities, like AUE, Curtin, University of Dubai, Abu Dhabi University. I don't see that much when it comes to published papers. We saw like in some faculty members who have good relation, they used to work or study before their PhD. But when it comes to official collaboration, I don't see that. We see like it's always abroad. Internationally, we have good relations in some Indian universities, even in the US and UK, like in Europe, Australia we have. But when it comes to universities in the market of UAE, it's not that much and it's not encouraging. So we have to push first to like our neighbors, our relatives in the UAE to collaborate with, and then focus abroad simultaneously, not just ignoring the university, because they have expertise in their fields, they have expertise in the market, their students or graduates or alumni, they are now well known. Most of them, they have like big positions in the UAE or even outside. They are entrepreneurs, they started businesses. So why don't we collaborate in the UAE? I think that is still missing. And this is the gap. If you allow me, Professor Ammar, to highlight if there is a gap in collaboration, it's like in the local market, there is a gap. And I wish with such like event and esteemed representatives, it will start moving ahead, inshallah, towards more positive collaboration. Thank you, Professor.
Inshallah. And, indeed, that's actually a very, very good point, particularly that, the education landscape in Dubai and UAE is very diverse. It's actually, from different origins, from different cultures. So there's a lot to benefit actually from collaborating, within our context. I totally agree. Anybody wanted to add to please, Dr. Hamid.
Thank you. I think to push anything, you need two things. One, you need a plan. And the second thing, you need the support in place. So what we did in Abu Dhabi University, we adjusted our policies to give more weight for collaboration research, faculty performance, faculty ranking or promotion gives more weight for it. Also, more weight for joint research proposal. And in the support side, what we did, we formed something we call it Global Engagement Program. So what we asked the faculty, nominate your connections. Those people you research with, you work with, just nominate them. We wrote to them, we said, would you like to join us in our network? These are the benefits you will get, and we created that one. We built a platform for them to engage and do that. We started offering weekly seminars from the network. So someone from MIT, for example, want to give a presentation to the network, he or she will just arrange that, and we will have a webinar, and we go through that one. So that started creating sort of momentum and awareness of what other people are doing in place. We also assigned budget for grant and research, and we became more active in seeking external grant as well. I agree with Dr. Nasser, we are weak, all of us, in collaborating with each other. We work with people who are 1,000 miles away from us, but we don't go to the next door. And that's something we need to address.
Okay, one good point is that at UAE, let us say, the institutions which are accredited by the Ministry of Education, the research is mandatory. So all faculty members, especially if you have graduate program, they are mandated to publish. So we have to hire scholarly active faculty members. So the research, the publications, the total number of publications are going up. Not only at AUE as an institution, but in UAE, if we see that outcome of the research, it's going up. The publications are going up at national level, if you look at the data. It is happening at not only at the institutional level, because at the institutional level, we created the policy. Like Dr. Hamad mentioned that, yes, you have to publish global collaboration. So we started having collaboration as one of the KPI for faculty evaluation. And yes, faculty members, they started collaborating and they are publishing. That's a good point. The challenge is like, contrary to the Western country, contrary to countries like India, we do not have the support for research funding from industry. So institutional funding, like we have seed grants, which we provide to the faculty members. But that is at the institution level. Despite the fact that we are a private institution, we provide research funding. So that's fine. But industry, like even if as academic institutions, we are willing to solve the issues of industry. But we don't have that many industries in this country, and let us say in the region, because we are talking about manufacturing industries, it's very limited. So we do not get that kind of support from the industry that, yes, this is the issue, please resolve, and these are the funds we would like to give you. So the industry funding is one of the major challenges which we are, as an institution, we are facing. That's just the point I wanted to highlight.
Is that a challenge in terms of collaboration, global collaboration?
See, what happens when there is a global collaboration, and we do have Erasmus funding. So we are getting Erasmus fund, we are getting some research grants as well. I was one of the person who got grant of 200,000 dirhams from Ministry of Education. So because I got this grant from the Ministry of Education, that was very good, right? But then after that, till now I'm struggling. That was in 2014. Till now I was not able to receive any grant. And I encourage my faculty members now, 100 faculty members. The publications are more than 150 every year, but I don't see the getting research grants. So global collaboration for research funding, what happens that, it's not sometime mutual. So you do, your role will be limited, you get a grant, you are giving a course release to the faculty, but it is not supporting the contextual problems, like the problem of your nation, right? It's probably useful for other institutions. So global collaborations are beneficial in research, especially in availing funds, but then there should be a mutual benefit. So that mutual benefit is sometime, exactly, affected.
Indeed.
So can I give you a solution for it? Akanksha, what we have started doing is, same problem which in UAE, same is in Punjab also, and Himachal also, because not big industries are there. So many small and medium size industries are there. So what we are doing is that we are just interacting with them, telling them that our researchers are there. Why you are investing money, giving that money to the industry for finding the solutions? We have solutions with our researchers. You just give us your problem, where you are finding the problem. Don't invest that money. We will not charge anything from you. Just give that opportunity to our research students, research scholars, and the professors. They will give you the solution. And in return, what happened is that is a great outcome, that one of the industries gave us a huge, handsome amount for finding the solution for one of the problems. So we gave them the problems. Now, similarly, we have started going to the government, and we are saying that you have many, many small problems. You give us those problems. There was a problem of the traffic. So our students gave them the solution, and our professors gave them the solution, and they are using it. So I think in return, they got the confidence that our products are used by the government and by the industry. And now slowly they are getting the funding, and I think they are earning a lot while learning. So they have their own startups, and we are propagating the startups. 188 startups are there in our incubation centers, and the special sessions are done for them, that how to pitch for their product and how to get the funding. So I think that ecosystem, if we start, so the industry will always get a confidence in the academy.
Indeed, indeed. I've just actually been told that we really need to wrap up, because this is a big subject, isn't it? And there's a lot really to discuss in terms of academic collaboration. But I thought probably I use the last couple of minutes to maybe open the floor for one or two questions from the floor, if anybody does have. I think it's the coffee.
Either we were very clear, or we have confused everybody. That is why no questions.
Yeah, indeed. So thank you so much. It's really been a very, very helpful and some really good suggestions. I'm sure we'll keep the discussion over coffee after this. Thank you very much.